Good day and welcome to another exciting episode of Cooking with Steve, which in and of itself sounds like a dichotomy. I don't even know what that means. Why would we be cooking with Steve? Steve doesn't cook. Well, that may be true, but here's what we're going to talk about today. My beloved children might tell you that they remember the days back in the day when it was time for Steve, Dad, to fix something in the kitchen for them to eat. My repertoire in the kitchen is rather narrow, and one of the things that I don't know if I invented this or if I heard about this, the beloved bologna cheese surprise. Now, today we're going to look at vintage bologna cheese surprise and kind of a 2.0 version of that does not even include bologna anymore. So, I will now show you the ingredients that we'll be using. Julie, if you'll pan down. Since we don't have any good old-fashioned white Wonder Bread, we're going to substitute these two fine white dinner rolls. Yes, we do have Oscar Mayer bologna, so there will actually be bologna and cheese for the bologna cheese surprise, but the updated version is going to include this fabulous multi-grain bread that we got from First Watch here in Winter Haven, some Swiss cheese, and instead of bologna, we're going to be using these all beef franks that are almost like the size of brats, and they are fabulous. And so we're going to make up both versions of this delightful lunch. And then we're going to sample them both, and now you know what we're doing. You've seen the ingredients. I know in your mind you're like, why would I ever fix this? Trust me, you want to try this at least once in your life. Okay, we'll be back to you soon. Okay, now we're in preparation mode, and you can see that the bologna cheese vintage version is ready. So we just cut up the bologna, we strategically place it on the open white roll, we put on the slice of cheese, not very complicated. At this point we have cut up the large wheat bread, and the hot dogs are preparing to boil. Everything's prepped and ready to go under the broiler. So you can check it out. So you've got the traditional version here with the bologna and the updated version with the freshly boiled fabulous beef franks with underneath the Swiss cheese. So ready to pop them into the broiler. Okay, we're out of the broiler, and the traditional bologna cheese surprise wasn't quite melted, so we had to nuke that for about 40 seconds. But here you go, it's been plated, right? So you got the traditional right here, and you got version 2. Look pretty fabulous. Julie, should I try it? Would you like to try it?
Absolutely, I'm going to try it.
Okay, I'm going to give us a little bite here. Let's see how it is. Let me get my knife. Oh, it's very exciting. First, we're going to go with the traditional vintage with no condiments, as you can see. How can you go wrong with melted cheese on anything, right? Yes, you can taste the fine flavor of the bologna, Oscar Mayer bologna, I must say. And now we're going to delve into version 2. Got that big hearty bread and that Swiss cheese. I'll be adding some ketchup and some relish to that, but there it is. Bologna cheese surprise, old-fashioned version. The updated version that does not include any bologna. Highly recommend it if you're daring, and if you're not, do it anyway, and it's a great camp meal, so there you go. Now, of course, the dramatic conclusion and the finale to this fine Central Florida meal would be, you gotta have a treat, right? You gotta have a dessert, a fine dessert. How about a Mickey bar? Not as big as you'd find in the park, but you can get these. It's a thing. Thank you for tuning in, Cooking with Steve. Thanks so much to my videographer, my wife, Julianne Horrocks. Love her to death. Okay, good luck to all of you fine cookers out there in the culinary world.